Call us fascists with a straight face. This isn't New Testament, turn the other cheek time. This is Old Testament.
You see, this brother right here says, well, all leftists want to see me dead. Well, I'm a leftist. I don't want to see you dead. I'm a Christian.
You call Trump's administration a neo-fascist movement, you lunatic.
And look at him laughing now. Just a joke, man. Piers, it's not worth it.
Kind of farcical to quit a debate where we're literally debating about the importance of free speech. Do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
That is pretty ironic, leaving a debate about free speech because people can't hear each other. Let's hear what Piers Morgan has to say. This episode just dropped of Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Okay, be the change you want to see in the world. So when you have a huge audience, and that audience of young people who look up to you, who feel inspired by you, hear you essentially minimize political violence, or even make excuses for it, or deflect by blaming Trump for everything, well, you're essentially indoctrinating people to support and normalize political violence. We can't be doing that. I don't care how people behave on the right. That's not going to have an impact on how I personally choose to behave. I want to be better than that. I want to preach dialogue, okay? Debate, have these conversations. And, Charlie Kirk, the last debate he and I had, Destiny would like you to believe that I agree with the right on everything. I don't agree with the right on everything. We debated about whether or not you have to have children in order to care about the future of this country. So we have a debate, and it's fine. He has a right to his opinions. I have the right to mine. If you care about democracy, the democratic process is reliant on having these types of conversations and reliant on not resorting to violence because you're unable to articulate your arguments effectively against the other side. That's what I see this assassination as. Again, it was cowardice. It was disgusting. It was cold-blooded murder, and no one should be celebrating it, and no one should be mocking the family members of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
As Anna Kasparian, host of The Young Turks, just said, quote, if you care about democracy, the democratic process is reliant on having these types of conversations and reliant on not resorting to violence because you're unable to articulate your arguments. As a young widow myself, my heart just goes out to his widow, and I really find it just unacceptable that people are mocking her in this tragic hour. Young widow with young children, her husband is murdered, and people are mocking her. Wow, that's intense. Whew. Let's see what Piers Morgan has to say.
No problem saying
I have
absolutely.
one question for you,
Why
Destiny.
Can't conservatives do that? Why can't conservatives do that?
Destiny, I have a question for you. Why do you think in your campaign for everyone to dial down the temperature, why do you think that mocking the grieving widow of Charlie Kirk when she posts an image of her at the coffin side, why do you think that constitutes turning down the temperature?
You can't turn down the temperature on your own. The president of the United States is
the temperature. You're mocking his widow. You're mocking his widow.
We've had multiple political assassinations.
I don't think any good can come from mocking a widow.
Aberonier reportedly posted several, he didn't reportedly, he did post several comments in a WhatsApp group appearing to celebrate the murder of Charlie Kirk. One said, Charlie Kirk got shot. Let's fucking go. Another one was, I think, LOL. This guy is going to be the president of the Oxford Union Debating Society, and yet he is celebrating the murder of somebody he literally debated himself in the Oxford Union in May. I found that terrifying. I mean, he shouldn't still be in the job, because how can you possibly be the head of a debating society when you think the way to debate with people is murder them if they don't agree with you? But again, the gleeful celebration. This is supposedly one of the brightest students in Britain, president of the new Oxford Union Debating Society.
Well, the president of the Debating Society. Well, debate didn't mean that when I went to college. Gosh, my heart is torn apart by this. Thanks, Piers Morgan, for all this great content. So the links to the full episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored are in the description below, as usual. So it's been a sobering week. I don't know about you, but Charlie Kirk's murder really threw me for a loop, and I was especially devastated by the reaction